Hi, welcome to Shrimp Scampi Day. This is our day for April, and Walton, do you want to tell us a little bit of why we chose this one?
Shrimp Scampi is a fun dish. It's easy to make. We've made this now for the last couple of years. We've got Bridget with us and Mitch with us today. This is a dish that we came up with, plus a friend of ours, Drew Bork. This is a dish we all created for Ben's graduation. It's not the classic Shrimp Scampi. It's an easy one to do. We did a huge party for his graduation with all of his friends and family, and we needed something that was fun and easy to make, and you can make in huge batches. And so this is what we did. A shrimp scampi you can make in the oven. You can serve it over pasta. We serve ours just with French bread so we can dip it and enjoy that great sauce that we're going to make today. Mitch, you want to tell us a little bit of fun facts about shrimp scampi?
Well, okay, as the Louisiana ambassador to Taylor Paladino, I'll give you all some context and probably give you some confidence. Basically, if you were to go to your higher end restaurants in New Orleans, they don't even have it on the menu. Most restaurants, they'll make it if you ask them because the ingredients are so basic. It kind of isn't considered that real high-end haute dish. It's a basic thing that we all enjoy, but it's wonderfully flavorful, and I think you're really going to enjoy this recipe.
Well, I love that it's so simple to do. So that makes it just more likely that you're going to do it. So much like everything about Taylor Paladino, where so much thought and care is into it to produce something wonderful for you. So I hope you all will enjoy it as much as I do.
So let's go through the ingredients. We start with 15 to 20 large shrimp. We use the Argentina red shrimp from H-E-B. It cooks great and almost never gets tough. With that, we use a half a cup of unsalted butter, that's 1 stick, a quarter of a cup of olive oil, a half a cup of dry white wine. We use the juice of a lemon and the zest of a lemon, 4 cloves of garlic minced, some red pepper flakes, kosher salt, and black pepper. Plus we use dried basil, thyme, oregano, and rosemary. Or if you want to make it simple, just buy an Italian herb blend seasoning. It's the same thing plus a little extra and it works perfectly. With that, we also add Italian breadcrumbs, a half a cup, 2 tablespoons of freshly chopped parsley, some Parmesan cheese, and then at the end you just need a baguette. I also like a little cayenne pepper. I think it just adds some spice to it, which is really nice.
You will do yourself a favor to make yourself a mise en place like this, because once you get going, you'll see it's nice to have everything measured and ready to go. It'll be a lot easier on you.
Yeah, I think that's a great point, Mitch, because I think now what you're going to find is that this delicious meal comes together very quickly. So once you get started, it's within 20 minutes of having it on the table to enjoy with friends and family.
So we've got our ingredients now, so let's put this together. The reason we set it up like this is so we can easily add it to a bowl, heat it up, and pour it over our shrimp. Put it in the oven, bake it, and then we've got a great meal. So Ben, you ready?
Yeah.
So first thing we're going to do is add our butter, our olive oil, and our wine to the bowl. Again, we talked about this. The exact amount doesn't matter. If it's a quarter cup, if it's a half a cup, it's going to be okay. We're going to add this to the bowl and set it on the stove and let the butter melt. So once our butter's melted and our olive oil and wine have come together, next thing we're going to do is add our garlic. Start with 4 cloves. If you're a garlic lover, you can certainly do more. Once our garlic's in and we let it become fragrant, you don't want the garlic brown. That takes away from the flavor. You just want it to be fragrant. Once we're there, we'll add in our seasonings, starting with our Italian blend or the mix of seasonings we recommend in there. We'll add in our red pepper flakes and just a sprinkle of cayenne pepper. Not a lot, but just enough to add some heat. Perfect. We'll let this heat up, come together, and then we'll add in our lemon zest and our lemon juice once this comes together. Once we've got our lemon juice and lemon zest all in there, let this heat up. You want to get this warm but not boiling. You don't want to overcook this because it's going to cook with our shrimp. After you get everything put together, wash your hands, and we put our shrimp in and we layer it out into a nice layer. You can double up a little bit, but you really just want a good layer across the bottom of the Pyrex dish. Once we have a pretty good layer in there and we feel like we've got as much shrimp down as we can, quick wash in the hands, and then we're going to cover it with all of our toppings. Set your oven to bake at 400 degrees, and we're going to now salt and pepper the shrimp. And you want a good helping of salt. We used unsalted butter, and we want to make sure that the salt's in there. Remember, salt isn't really as much a seasoning as it's also a flavor enhancer, so you want to have a good amount of salt. Same thing with black pepper. You want a good amount of black pepper that's freshly ground. It really does make the flavor better. Okay, you want to get our liquid. We're just going to pour this to cover the entire thing. This is going to cook quickly, so you're going to want to keep an eye on it. We say 10 to 15 minutes, but this could be done in, 8 to 10 minutes, so really keep an eye on it. Next thing we do is add our breadcrumbs. And we use a lot of breadcrumbs. We say a half a cup, but you really want to make sure the entire surface is covered, because that's going to add a lot of flavor, and it's also part of the great stuff you get with those breadcrumbs. Next thing, a little bit of Parmesan cheese. We got it, we grated it this morning. And then just a little bit of freshly chopped parsley. Just adds a little touch to it. Perfect. So we'll put this in the oven at 400 degrees. And we're going to check on it about 5 or 6 minutes and see how the shrimp looks and pull it out when it's done. A long time ago I was told, when do you know when something's finished cooking? It's when it's done. That's an annoying answer, but it's the truth. You just need to check on it often, and then when it's finished, take it out. When the shrimp's cooked all the way through, and just cook all the way through, take it out because that's when it's ready. You can see the shrimp's done. It's shrunk up in size. It's got that normal texture of cooked shrimp. It's going to keep cooking once you take it out, sitting inside this mixture of the hot butter and olive oil. Next thing I do is give it a stir, to sort of mix it all together. This took us 12 minutes today to cook this all the way through. So you saw, this is a very easy dish to make. The shrimp is amazing, the sauce is great. We're going to serve it with bread, a little salad, white wine, and it's a perfect meal. Everyone will enjoy this.
Yeah, the other thing you need to consider is this could be just a wonderful appetizer to start a meal. Here's a hostess hack. Growing up in Louisiana, I remember my mother and other ladies would make this as an appetizer, and they would put it in right before the guests arrive. So it fills the house with this wonderful smell, and that's a really nice thing to add to your ambiance as your guests are arriving.
And you know, Walton, I have to say I have matchy with us today on the tops we have on, but man, I have envy about that apron. It is so beautiful.
A Taylor Paladino apron. These will be coming out in about a month, so if you're seeing this right now and you think this is awesome, we have several other styles coming to the website near you.
Yes, I've been working very hard on it. But we're ready to serve, and we will see you again next month for Earth Day on May 4th. So we're excited. Thank you so much.
Thank you for joining us. Everybody,
All right, we're gonna dig into this.
Fork,
Thank you.
fork.
Yep. Okay.
That is so good. Almost impossible to mess up. You're gonna love this.
Amazing.
Foolproof.
And the best part is using the bread to eat the sauce.
I'm about to do that right now.
This is so good. It's so good hot. Delicious.